For a fandom that has lived through battles, separations, time travel, heartbreak, and reunions, Outlander fans are not easily shaken. But every now and then, a rumor appears online with the power to stop the conversation in its tracks. That is exactly what happened when dramatic claims about Caitriona Balfe, her husband Tony McGill, and supposed trouble in their marriage began spreading across social media. The words were emotional. The headlines were intense. And for many fans who have followed Caitriona for years, the first reaction was not excitement. It was concern. Because Caitriona is not just another television star to the Outlander audience. She is Claire Fraser, the woman whose strength, tenderness, intelligence, and impossible love story have carried viewers through some of the most emotional chapters in modern television. Fans have watched her fight, grieve, heal, love, and survive. That attachment is powerful. So when a headline suggests that something painful may be happening in Caitriona's real life, people react quickly, even before they know whether the story is true. But this is where the conversation has to slow down. At this point, these divorce and relationship claims should not be treated as confirmed fact. There has been no responsible, clearly verified public confirmation proving that Caitriona Balfe and Tony McGill are divorcing because of another relationship. That distinction matters. In celebrity culture, especially around a show as emotionally intense as Outlander, speculation can move faster than truth. A dramatic headline can become a fan theory. A fan theory can become a rumor. And a rumor can suddenly look like news, even when nothing solid has actually been established. Part of why this story spread so quickly is because Caitriona has always kept her private life carefully protected. Unlike some celebrities who invite cameras into every personal moment, she has chosen a quieter path. She gives fans her art, her interviews, her professionalism, and her warmth, but she does not turn her marriage into entertainment. That privacy is completely understandable. Yet it also creates a space where people sometimes fill in the silence with assumptions. And then there is the Outlander effect. For years, viewers have been captivated by the bond between Caitriona Balfe and Sam Heughan on screen. Jamie and Claire are not written like an ordinary television couple. Their love story is epic, painful, physical, spiritual, and deeply emotional. When actors bring that kind of connection to life with such sincerity, some fans naturally begin to blur the line between performance and reality. It does not mean those fans have bad intentions. It simply shows how convincing the storytelling has been. Still, convincing acting is not evidence of real-life romance. Chemistry on screen is not proof of betrayal off-screen. A tender interview, a warm red carpet moment, or years of professional friendship should not automatically be turned into a private scandal. Caitriona and Sam have built a partnership that serves the story of Jamie and Claire. That partnership deserves admiration, not distortion. The sadness around this rumor also reveals something deeper about the audience. Many fans feel protective of Caitriona. They have watched her grow with the series, carry emotionally difficult scenes, speak thoughtfully in interviews, and remain grounded despite global attention. So when her name is attached to words like heartbreak, divorce, or betrayal, fans do not just click out of curiosity. They worry. They defend her. They question whether the story is fair. And that reaction says a lot about the relationship between Outlander and its viewers. This fandom does not watch from a distance. It feels everything personally. Every cast update, every behind-the-scenes photo, every hint about the final chapter of the series carries emotional weight. So a rumor about Caitriona's marriage does not land like ordinary gossip. It lands inside a community already preparing to say goodbye to a show that has meant so much. That is why the responsible approach is not to pretend the rumor does not exist, but to separate emotion from evidence. Fans can acknowledge that the headline was shocking. They can admit that it stirred concern. But they should also remember that Caitriona's real life belongs to her, and until reliable confirmation exists, the most respectful response is caution. Because sometimes the biggest story is not the rumor itself. It is how quickly fans react when someone they admire is pulled into a storm of speculation, and how easily love for a character can become fear for the actor behind her, especially when emotions are running high. The reason this kind of rumor spreads so quickly is not only because people enjoy gossip. With Outlander, the emotion runs much deeper. Fans have spent years watching Caitriona Balfe and Sam Heughan bring Claire and Jamie to life with a level of intimacy, trust, an emotional honesty that feels almost impossible to separate from reality. Their performances are not casual. They are intense, vulnerable, and unforgettable. That is why some viewers begin to feel as if they know the people behind the characters. But admiration can easily become confusion when fiction feels this real. Claire and Jamie's love story was designed to feel timeless. It crosses centuries, wars, loss, trauma, family, and impossible choices. When Caitriona looks at Sam on screen, fans are not simply seeing two actors doing a scene. They are remembering every goodbye, every reunion, every sacrifice, and every promise Jamie and Claire ever made. That emotional memory follows the actors everywhere. This is where the line becomes dangerous. A powerful scene does not reveal a private relationship. A convincing kiss does not prove anything outside the script. A warm interview does not mean hidden romance. Caitriona and Sam are professionals who have spent years building trust as scene partners, and that trust is part of why Outlander works so beautifully. Turning that professionalism into scandal takes away from the craft that made fans fall in love with the show in the first place. Caitriona's private life is also protected for a reason. She has never built her career around exposing every personal detail. She has allowed her work to speak loudly while keeping her marriage and family life largely away from public performance. For some fans, that privacy creates mystery. But privacy is not evidence. Silence does not confirm a rumor. Choosing not to respond to speculation does not mean the speculation is true. The emotional attachment to Claire makes this even more complicated. Fans often see Caitriona through the strength and heartbreak of the character she plays. Claire is loyal, passionate, brave, and deeply romantic. So when a dramatic headline claims Caitriona's real life is collapsing, viewers sometimes react as if Claire herself has been wounded. That reaction is understandable, but it is also exactly why caution matters. There is also the long shadow of Jamie and Claire's chemistry. For many fans, they are the heart of Outlander. Their love story is the reason people rewatch scenes, debate moments, collect quotes, and stay emotionally invested even between seasons. When a fictional couple becomes that meaningful, the actors can become symbols of the romance itself. But Caitriona is not Claire, and Sam is not Jamie. Their real lives deserve space beyond the story fans adore. This does not mean fans should stop caring. Caring is part of what makes the Outlander community so passionate. Fans can admire Caitriona, celebrate her performance, respect her partnership with Sam, and feel protective when cruel rumors appear. But care should not turn into entitlement. Loving a character does not give anyone ownership over the actor's marriage, choices, or personal boundaries. That is why the most respectful response is balance. Enjoy the chemistry. Appreciate the behind-the-scenes friendship. Talk about the emotional power of Jamie and Claire. But do not turn unverified claims into truth just because they match a fantasy, fear, or dramatic headline. The actors gave fans a love story. They did not give the public permission to rewrite their private lives. As Outlander moves toward its final emotional chapters, this distinction becomes even more important. Fans are already feeling nostalgic, anxious, and protective. Every update feels bigger because the end of the journey is near. In that atmosphere, rumors can hit harder than usual. But the legacy of Outlander should not be reduced to speculation about Caitriona's marriage. The better conversation is about what she has given the audience. A Claire Fraser filled with intelligence, fire, compassion, and vulnerability. That is the real reason fans care so deeply. And perhaps the kindest thing the fandom can do now is protect the difference between loving her work and invading her life. Because behind every headline is a real person, and behind every unforgettable performance is an actor who deserves dignity, privacy, and respect.